So, if you're going to get an MRI, probably not the best idea to bring a gun.
Force we're reading on that guy right now, just at that part of the magnet, is close to 300, 280. There it goes.
Oh, that's all.
Now, it is giving us a reading of 500 pounds. We are at 700.
It's a medicines.
Oh! And we have jumped to 1300.
That's exactly real.
A magnet and a gun, they're going to want to hang out. They're going to be buddies. Everyone, before we get started today, big thanks to our sponsor for today's video, XS Sights. XS Sights are known for making the fastest sights in any light. For more than 25 years, they have been making some of the most innovative sights on the market. And that's for pistols, rifles, and shotguns. Whether they're used for defense, hunting, or just shooting at the range. These sights are designed to be the best out there, period. So there's going to be a link below the video. Go check them out and get you the fastest sights on the market. Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're new here and you love guns, you ought to subscribe. So I figured this shirt would be fitting for today's video. And you know, I would have put this on my other channel, Practical Gunners, on some of the gun fail videos we do, but you know, I just think this is almost a good lesson. So let's just start with the surface level of this. Obviously, right now there is a lot of drama involving guns. And there is a considerable amount of talk as far as where you can carry a gun, or at least where the government says you can carry a gun. Now, the Second Amendment obviously doesn't say anything about that, so some people are more ballsy than others. Some people have the attitude of, you know what, I believe in the Second Amendment and only the Second Amendment, and nobody can say otherwise, so I'm going to carry this thing literally wherever I want. I would say most people are like that. But I think what we have now is almost a situation that I kind of dealt with when I was a kid. I had really strict parents. And I'm the kind of person who, from the minute I was born, I wasn't going to be told that I couldn't do something. If I wanted to go try something out, I was going to do it. So I rebelled a whole bunch, and they got even stricter and stricter and stricter, and I became an even bigger rebel. I think that's what's happening with this gun control stuff. A lot of people are so tired of it. If they see a sign on a store that says unlicensed carry is punishable by whatever, it's like people almost have the mindset of wanting to carry it in there even more now because it's being harped on so much. I think that's honestly probably what happened here. Or it was a mistake. So I don't know how many of you have ever gotten an MRI. A lot of people have. I have. I tore my elbow playing baseball when I was younger, so I went in there. It sounds like you're in a frickin' time machine, or I would imagine that's what it sounds like. And one of the things that they are very clear on telling you before you go in there, even in the room, is make sure that you do not have any metal on you. So a necklace, I don't know, for some of the ladies nowadays, maybe some piercings, don't want those getting ripped out, or maybe you're into that, I don't know. But pretty much anything that has metal on it, right? Because an MRI spelled out is magnetic resonance imaging. So if you're not clear on it, a magnet and a gun, they're going to want to hang out. They're going to be buddies. And to just kind of give you guys an idea, let me show you a little video on them demonstrating this. Here we have a nice lady from Botsford Hospital. Take it away, Nancy.
Patient screening is very important in MRI. We as technologists decide what metal can and cannot go into the magnet. Here is a demonstration of our MRI safety sign that has paper clips in it. As anything, when you walk into the room, the closer to the magnet you get, the stronger the magnet gets. As I get close to the magnet, it gets stronger, and when I let it go, it snaps it right in. Again, with our badges as well, we have to have plastic on our badges because if you get too close.
So I don't know if y'all heard her, but they're paper clips. And that little piece of paper, that machine ripped that paper out of her hands like it was robbing her. So you can imagine what would happen if you were in the machine and you have a gun on you. Now, there's a million different ways we can go with this, but I want to show one more video on this because the magnet in the MRI machine is always on, right? So you can't even really go into the room with any sort of metal. But as you get closer to the machine, obviously with any magnet, the closer you get, the stronger the magnetism is. So watch this.
Getting closer. Now we're starting to reach the head coil here. We're starting to see some pull at about 4 feet away from the magnet. We're getting 3 feet from the magnet, 2 feet from the magnet, and that's pretty much as strong as it's going to get, right at the edge of the bore there. Now this is just a paper clip, but if you see, the end of the lanyard is also still being pulled.
So my question is, if this is doing this to a paper clip, how is it that the gun was able to stay on this dude's person until he got into the machine? I can imagine with the metal in that slide and all the components inside of the gun, that thing would have just flew out, but it didn't. So anyways, this guy gets to the hospital. Who knows, maybe this guy was in some trouble and he's like, screw it, I don't care. I gotta have my gun on me. Well, unfortunately, it didn't turn out well for him. So he gets in the MRI machine. I don't know if the magnet gets stronger when they turn it on. I imagine it does. And maybe that's just what pulled it away from him. But the gun got ripped from his body, stuck to the magnet, and it was fired. Now, I've been trying to figure out how it's possible. Obviously, there's a such thing as a slam fire. If somebody has a hot gun, drops it, from time to time, we've heard that happen. But this is pretty interesting because, in my opinion, I don't think it was probably caused by a slam fire. I think it was probably caused by the gun going barrel first into the magnet, and obviously the firing pin is pointed the same way. What I think probably happened is it hit, and the magnet also pulled the firing pin forward. And that round just probably ricocheted in there until he got hit. Now that's one way it could have happened. It also could have just slam fired and went straight into him, and that was it. So here's the confusing part in all this. He was shot and he was rushed to the Sao Luis Marimbe Hospital. I'm confused. It's an MRI machine. Is it not in a hospital? Did they have to take him to a different hospital? Now this was in Brazil, so who knows if they've just got random ass MRI machines on the side of the road where they charge just a few bucks to get a free MRI. Bring your gun in and everything, man. Anyways, he lasted for a few weeks and ended up dying. But I think this is obviously a pretty good point for maybe new gun owners, people who don't know the specifics of their gun. I don't think we have many people like that on here at all. But still, all it takes is that one time where maybe you're not thinking.